Hello everyone, I'm Andy Raffel from eTeknix.com, and we've got a box here from PC Specialist. Now, you may be aware that we've worked with PC Specialist before and that we have done a full system review for them. And based on what we saw just from that, it was a mid-range kind of system, but based on what we actually saw, we knew that we had some of the best components used available on the market, and we also had extremely good build quality as well. You get the warranty care, and just the way that things were packaged were really nice as well. So after doing that and obviously giving that system away, we wanted to work with PC Specialist again, but on a sort of different angle. So instead of doing a full system review, we actually wanted to look at a notebook. And they sort of came to us and said, what type of notebook do you want? Do you want like an ultrabook style or something mid-range? And I just thought, what the hell, let's go for something completely high-end. So we ended up actually getting this one here, which we will be unboxing and having a sort of look at. And this is part of their Vortex IV range. So this one's actually called the Vortex IV X780. So hopefully that gives you a bit of an insight as to what graphics card might be in there. You guessed it right, it is going to be a GTX 780. So we will go over the specifications of this particular notebook, who it's going to be aimed at, and then in terms of performance and sort of real world figures, we will have a full written review. So I'm not really going to delve too much into the nitty gritty kind of things in the video. That's more going to be for the written review. But for now, we wanted to show you more in terms of unboxing, the aesthetics and that sort of side of things, exactly how it looks, how it comes packaged to you, and basically, you know, just give you an all-round look at a product like this, because we know that when you are going to be buying a notebook or when you're buying anything, design is obviously a big aspect. So that's one sort of side that we wanted to show you, and then obviously the performance side in the written review. So without me sort of babbling on too long, I think the best thing we can do is bring you in a little bit closer, have a look at this particular notebook, which is the PC Specialist Vortex IV X780, and see exactly what it's got to offer in terms of the design and the aesthetics. So let's do it. So, taking a first look at exactly how things look, if you were going to buy it as a consumer, what you've got is a plain sort of brown box really. Now, if I'm not mistaken, the actual chassis themselves are made by Clevo, I believe it is, which is what a lot of the system integrators use. And they use them for a very good reason. It's not because, you know, they're cheap and nasty, it's, you know, price obviously is one aspect of it, but they are reliable. So the chassis, and you will see that in a minute once we open this up, is really sort of strong, durable, and obviously that's something that PC Specialists take really, really seriously. Reliability, durability, and so forth. So you get a little grab handle on top, so obviously if you do want to lift this up, no problem at all. Unboxing it, you can see that inside we actually have protective foam, which is obviously protecting the notebook itself, which is here, inside a sort of anti-static bag. You've got some silica gel in there as well to keep things nice and fresh. And then we have a little compartment over this side as well. Now in there is going to be your battery, your two parts of the charger, so the brick part and then the actual cable. So let's have a look at the accessories first. So to start with, you can see in a plastic bag we have got a UK style plug, just a normal kettle lead basically, but obviously that's going to connect up to your brick. We have the battery. So looking at the battery, it's a 5200 milliamp battery. So this should last quite a long time in terms of obviously a gaming laptop. Obviously you're not going to expect mass amounts of battery life like a MacBook Air, 12 hours, or an Ultrabook. But for this particular style of gaming laptop desktop replacement, this battery should have enough power in it to sort of do you well. We also have inside the power brick. So this comes in a bubble wrap bag so that it stays nice and protected when it's in transit. And you can see it's not exactly a small offering. It is quite large, and you can see power-wise that it is dual voltage as well. So it does 100 to 240 volt. 230 watts this can actually pull at the wall. Connector-wise, it's quite a sort of, it looks a bit like an old style, a bit like a PS2 connector in a way. Not really too familiar with these types of connectors. Generally you'd expect some sort of a jack, but obviously where this is a beefy power pack, you are expecting something to handle that power quite nicely. So moving them out of the way, we can see that other things that we've got inside, if we take this little box compartment out, It is nicely packaged, which is something that I really do like about PC Specialist and what they have to offer. Everything's always nicely packaged. So we have a welcome booklet, PC Specialist, please read. And inside will be obviously your name, your order number, the date of ordering, date of delivery. So when it comes to warranty, and this does come with a 3-year silver warranty, which is a 1-year collect and return, 1-year parts and 3-year labour. And obviously all your information will be in here, so you'll know exactly when the warranty is going to run out and so forth. PC Specialists have their own forums, and then there's a whole sort of contents thing here as well about recovering Windows 7 or 8, depending on what you've configured for this, how to contact PC Specialist, the first steps, getting ready and activating Windows. So much information, then more on the warranty and returns information. So everything is pretty much nicely covered there. Also inside is a sort of bag full of goodies. So if we open this up, you can see that we have a device driver and utility disk and user manual. We have a nice little cloth to obviously keep things nice and clean. And then we have the user guide for the notebook as well, which is going to talk through the ports, the connectors and so forth. So moving all that to one side, we can get down to what we obviously all care about, which is the notebook itself. So if I just put the box there. So you can see, as I said, it has got this protective foam around it, which keeps it nicely packaged. This did actually come in another box as well. So you've got this inside the box that we just showed you, then it was inside another box with more packaging material. But obviously we've been sort of testing it out, so we wanted to take it all out and show you what it would be like once you get it out of the external packaging. So putting them to one side, you can see that we've got the notebook itself. So this is the notebook itself, and as you can see, comes with protective material on the outside. Opening things up, you can see there's protection on the screen as well. There's protection just down here. General sort of layout that you'd expect from a gaming notebook. So it has got arrow keys on the W, A, S and D keys just over here. So you can see you've got your up arrow, left, down and right. There is one sort of gripe that I've got with this, which is the fact that the start button's there and not over here. Now normally I'd expect it to be on this side. I've actually got a gaming laptop myself and it is over this side. Purely because when you're gaming, you're going to be sort of like this, Control, Shift, W, A, S and D, and you might accidentally knock this. That's the only real gripe I've got about it. Other than that, you've got extra function keys, so you've got an FM button here. You can put it into aeroplane mode using the F11 button. This will turn off all wireless communication, all Bluetooth and everything, because this has got wireless internet as well as Bluetooth 4.0. You've got your brightness buttons here, extra display buttons, volume, sleep mode, mute, you know, adjusting the brightness and everything for the screen and so forth. You've got a number keypad over here as well, and a few more extra functions on there. In terms of audio, you can see if we actually remove some of this protective material, that it has got Onkyo speakers installed. So we have actually listened to this already, and it is pretty damn good quality. And that's down to the Sound Blaster X-Fi 3 as well. We've also got HDMI, as the sticker denotes there as well. So let's take some of these protective stickers and bits of plastic off, and you can actually see the laptop itself in all its glory. So yeah, it's very it's packaged extremely well, as you can see, and from using it sort of over the past couple of days, it has got an extremely good quality screen as well. So let's take off this one as well. It has got a webcam on here as well. If I just remove that, you can just see that there's a webcam up here. Not entirely sure on what the webcam is, but most likely to be something like a 1.2 megapixel, 1.3 megapixel, maybe even a 2 megapixel. In terms of some of the things that we've got up here, we'll just remove this as well. We've got our power button over here, and then following it down, we've obviously got the lights for your scroll lock, your num lock, caps lock, activity light, whether aeroplane mode is in session or not, and whether obviously boost is enabled as well. In terms of the mouse pad, you've got a sort of brushed metal design here, independent left and right clicks, and then you've got the middle bit for use as sort of cursor scroller, and you can also scroll down on this side. If we move around to the back, you can see that it's a completely sort of gloss black design here, and it's got a sort of piano finish going all the way around the edge. If we look at the side, you can see that we've got Firewire, which I'm not too keen on. I don't really think that people use Firewire that much anymore, but obviously it's a feature that comes included. You've got your gigabit LAN port, which is the killer Bigfoot LAN, so obviously you're going to have no problem with latency. You've got two USB 3.0 ports, eSATA, and then you've got your card reader here as well. Underneath, you can see that we've got a fan ventilation port here and one here. So one's for the GPU, one's for the CPU. We've got extra ventilation here, 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 and over here. Now, in terms of the audio, you have got this massive beefy subwoofer here as well, so no problem with obviously audio quality. In terms of the other connectors on this side, you can see that we have a DVD rewriter, and now on this particular one, it's actually a 4x Blu-ray ROM, 8x DVD rewriter combo drive, so no problem there as well. And you can obviously burn as many discs as you want, Blu-ray or DVD. We've got a headphone port, microphone port, looks like a line in port, in and out, and a USB 2.0 port. And then on the back of the notebook, see that we've got a DisplayPort connector, HDMI, mini DisplayPort, and then obviously the power connector, and some more ventilation ports here as well. You've also got a little port over here, which is for your Kensington lock, because if you are taking a device like this to LAN gaming events and things like that, you're really not going to want it to be stolen. So that is pretty much a full look over that. To go back over the specs though, we have got Intel Core i7 on this particular model, and it's the 4700MQ. Now you can actually upgrade it, so you could have a slightly better processor on here, but obviously you're going to pay more for that. So it really depends on your needs and exactly what you're after. Comes with 16 gig of Kingston HyperX Genesis, 1600 megahertz, that's 2x 8 gig modules. SSD wise, it's got 120 gig Kingston HyperX 3K SSD and a 750 gig Western Digital Scorpio Black, 7200 RPM as you'd expect on a beefy sort of performance hungry device like this. GPU wise, we have got the NVIDIA GTX 780M 3 gig as you'd expect from the name, the Vortex IV X780. Network wise, killer wireless N, 1202 dual band gigabit LAN, Bluetooth 4.0, and then that amazing warranty, 3-year silver warranty, 1 year collect and return, 1 year parts, and 3-year labour. Now, you're probably thinking that this is going to have an extremely large premium on it, as we expect from gaming laptops, like something similar like MSI have to offer. But this you can actually pick up for an astounding price of £1,449, including VAT and delivery. Be sure to check out our full review on this, where we will have all the performance and all the pictures, high resolution and everything of this particular notebook. For now, I'm Andy Raffel from eTeknix.com, and we've been looking at the PC Specialist Vortex IV X780.